Hey guys, welcome back. It's your favorite game for one, and I'm here with a video that I'm actually sad that I have to be making, and it's more crap going on Kickstarter. We already have to deal with issues around companies that either overexert themselves or stretch themselves and end up not delivering, or ones that never planned on delivering. That's a whole mess that's still going on. Mythic Games, garbage company, horrible company that has screwed over so many people. However, now we have something different going on, and this I caught wind of a couple days ago. Finally got a chance to sit down and make a video to kind of update people on this. And I doubt most of the gamers that watch my stuff are going to be into this, but just in case, because gamers have different tastes, I wanted to put this out there just to make sure people avoid this if at all possible. Now, this is Wonders of the First collectible card game. So it's supposed to be like Magic the Gathering, right? Getting people to buy a bunch of booster packs and stupid stuff like this. You see, they had a goal of 25,000, and they are now at $902,000. Are you freaking kidding me? I did the math on this, and the average backer at the time of me doing it, it's changed a little bit, but it's roughly $650 for the average backer. Now, this game, when it first released on Kickstarter, that one actually got shut down. Now, there was a article on Polygon, and they were talking about how Kickstarter pulled down a couple of big campaigns. One was Forsaken. We're not going to get onto that because that I don't think was as big of a deal. But the other was this one that I'm talking about now, and they pulled it down because they had NFTs. And I'm sorry, NFTs are a scam. They are just one big way to screw people over. How could you ever make a digital item collectible? I'm sorry, there's no way to do that that makes any sense, because you can copy it. It's digital. It's a computer program. It's ones and zeros. There's no way it can be collectible. Physical items, yes. Coins, books, video games, plushies. All those could be collectible, because if I have the item, if I have an item in my hand, this is mine. And if it's rare, then it's my rare item. All right. That should apply to everything. Now with NFTs, they just, no. If I have it, there's nothing preventing me from copy, making a whole bunch. Or the developers, the NFTs. So NFTs were a scam to begin with, and Kickstarter had said very specifically you could not do Kickstarters with NFTs. And this game launched with NFTs. Now they still have NFTs on their website, the main website behind this game, but it is no longer part of the backing. So you're no longer part of the pledge, but they relaunched this thing. So here's the thing though. This game was fully funded within 30 seconds of it going live again, which is already harder. It's hard to get a game to fund if you're a new person, because as far as I know, this company has only got one thing. Like, he's only done one Kickstarter. Where's the name of it? I meant to pull that up. The guy that's running this, but this is his first Kickstarter, and it backs fully within 30 seconds. And everyone who was backing in those like first 30 seconds were all backing. Let's scroll down here at this highest tier, which is $8,000. Are you freaking kidding me? $8,000 for a game that all the images are AI generated. Yeah, none of this is custom artwork. This is all AI. They openly admit that it's AI artwork. And he's got 30 backers at the $8,000 limit. You gotta be joking me. Another 16 at the $4,000 limit. Another 189 at the $965. And let's see, 485 has 228. Was that the exact same? No. Yeah, at 485, and then 701 at the 195, and 159 at 95. And I think some of these lower ones are real people. I'm afraid some real people have gotten into this. Now, this is all my opinion. Okay, it's just my opinion, what I think. I'm not saying the game is a scam, right? I'm not saying it definitely is, but I'm just saying that there's some stuff that doesn't pass the smell test. And I've got some guesses as to why that might be. But as we scroll down and look at their Kickstarter here, most of what you see is what tiers and bonuses and all these other things that you could get. There's very little about the actual gameplay itself, right? I mean, look at this. Look, $8,000. Oh, look, you get 6 of the same bucks and this dumb stuff here. And look at all these stretch goals that we have. Oh, good God, you something's up when your stretch goals are already in this level. You had a backing limit that you needed to hit of $25,000, but you set stretch goals into the million, right? Over $1 million. Something's off there, right? That they knew they were going to hit this high ass amount, right? And it's all about what you can buy, what you can buy. It's all about collecting it. Really very little about actually playing the game. Look, we've got official play match you can get. How awesome is that? You can get a sheet of uncut cards for almost $1,000. God, isn't that awesome? Now, a sheet of uncut cards of like magic cards, that would be worth some money if it was like, the old beta stuff or alpha stuff. Yeah, that could be worth a little bit, but this is all digital AI generated cards. How you're just arbitrarily throwing a value. There's no value there. This is your perceived value. It's only worth what the collectors are willing to pay for it. And I don't get what all are they getting? They're getting an AI image, right? You didn't have some high-end artist draw this stuff. This is just you programming into Google and getting a whole bunch of crap out that all looks very, very, very similar in how it all pans out. Look, it's all about the rarity of the cards. Common, uncommon, rare, epic, mythic. Yay, look how awesome all of these cards are. Now here we get into the gameplay elements. Now look, I'm halfway down on their Kickstarter before I start hitting anything when it has to do with the how to play. Now I pulled this up because I wanted to show you guys this. Now we're going to watch just a little bit of their video and let you guys see how the game itself plays. Okay, I've got it coming through something different on my wiring, but it's fine. We're going to go ahead and let this play now. Just a minute to let you guys see, but I want you to see how it's explaining how to play this game, okay?
In Wonders of the First, you are a stone seeker, and your goal is to conquer the 7 realms and seize the stones scattered across them. If you control the most stones after 7 rounds, you win the game. Let's jump into a battle for the stone in Realm 4. You seize a stone by attacking with your wonders. When you attack, you look at the power stat of your wonders. Add up the total power of all of your wonders in that realm. Our total is 11. Compare the total power of enemy wonders in that realm. Their power is 8. The highest total wins the battle and seizes the stone. But be careful.
Wow, oh, just
because if your opponent gets more power on a later turn, they can attack you and steal your stone.
Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? That's your game? That's your game. Now, of course, there are some special abilities and whatnot, and it goes on to explain how the realms open 1 to 7, and you're gonna try to gain control of them. The gameplay is a little deeper than I'm letting on, but not much. All right. I mean, that is so basic. It's like someone created a game that is as basic as can be, that would be enough, right? They're just trying to get it over that hurdle to say that this is good. No, it's a game. There's special abilities. right? 11 more is more than 8, so I win. Yay. What? What? I mean, if you've ever played a collectible card game before, they are so deep. It's almost impossible to keep track of all the different special abilities and how things work. Think of Magic the Gathering, right? They even use some of the same words, tapping and all this other crap. But Magic the Gathering builds up over rounds, and you're gonna slowly gain in your mana. But the people are so skilled at that game that they can come up with first round knockouts and these special abilities that interact with the graveyard and your deck and your hand and your opponent's creatures and your creatures. There's so much going on. This is, do I have a higher number? I do. I win. Yay. I mean, what the hell? There's no game. There is no game here. It's as basic as can be. I could teach my kids to play this game in 5 minutes and they would know how to play it. My kids are young. My kids are very young. It just does not pass the smell test. It seems like it is all about getting people to buy as many of these decks as possible. It's not about the mechanics. It's not about churning out a game that will last forever. It's all about collecting the cards, right? And building up your collection. That's all these backer levels are all about, just getting just packs and packs and packs and packs and packs of cards. You're a new game. You're a brand new game with AI generated images, so it's not even unique stuff. I remember when Magic the Gathering first released, and I was so excited to, I mean, I was a young kid at the time, open that deck and see all the interesting images and art that was on those cards. It was just some fantastic stuff, especially back in the day with the black the Death faction and Magic the Gathering. Just some of the coolest images on those cards. All of these are almost indistinguishable. All they have is like a different color, but all the borders are the same. They all have like a creature standing in the center, some type of individual. It's so cookie cutter that it's just mind numbing that they thought this would pass the smell test. Now, of course, there have been those who are worried about it. They're talking about it on Reddit and BGG. I think BGG locked it, but they were like, is this game just a huge scam? And I think it can be one of two different things. So here's what I think, all right, just from what I've seen. I think it can be one of a couple of different things. One, they are trying to make the most basic type game possible to bilk backers out of what they can. I think the first handful of backers that were all backing at that huge number were just to get it across the finish line and to encourage others to back, because people are tribal. They'll follow the leader. So if they're seeing a whole bunch of others backing, and like, oh my God, look how many are backing at this $8,000 level. Well, it must be good. It must be worth something. I'll at least back at the 400 level, 500 level. When the average backer is backing at the $650, are you kidding me? The economy is crushed right now. People have so little gaming funds as it is. And the average person is going to shell out $600 and $700 on a game that's untested, very basic, and scammy to boot. Like, so many articles are like, there's something off with this. That's not passing the smell test. So I think they're trying to potentially go after the lesser educated of the population to try to take from them their gaming funds. Or another possibility is maybe they have extra money lying around and they need to find a way to clean that money. Maybe that money isn't the best and it needs to be, put through the ringer and washed a little bit. Well, what better way than to put $1 million through a Kickstarter? There you go. Kickstarter's going to cut me a check and I'm going to have this. I can show this to the government. I can get taxed on it and everything's going to be hunky-dory. Now, again, this is just my Me spitballing. Is it possible? Maybe. Is it possible that this is a real game designed by someone who's never done a Kickstarter, who has very limited gaming experience, and he used AI to generate a bunch of random images, and just so happened that so many people out there love this concept and the wonderful, wonderful game that he has designed to go with it, with its depth and complexity, that people are lining up in the 1,500 amount now to back at a very high level because they just can't wait to have these cards because they're just so swift and neat and awesome. It's possible. It's possible I could get struck by lightning. It's possible that a gopher could come crawling out of my butt. Not necessarily very likely, but world's an interesting place. With everything that's going on in the world today, I would definitely give this one a pass. If I just rate it on gameplay alone, and by all means, go watch a video. They got more videos than just that one. They explain the game in more depth. There is more to it than I have shown. I've been hyperbolic about how basic the game is, but let me be clear, the game is very basic, right? If you're into collectible card games, this one's not going to be burning your brain. You're not going to be coming up with just the most powerful decks ever. It's not going to fill that niche for you. Go check it out though. See for yourself. Don't take me at my word. Always do your own research. If this looks like something you want, jump onto it. But I think for most people, you should probably give this one a pass because there's just too big a risk. You either have that risk that it's a trick to get people to back it. They'll probably get something at the back end of this, and they used a lot of their own money to, front load it and make it appear like it was a popular Kickstarter. Or, like I said, with the fact that they have all those NFTs that they're trying to dabble in, the lack of experience, the other shady stuff that's going on, this one might not pass that test. You might want to just keep on going. There's other games out there that will fill niches for you a lot better than this one. My whole point with all this, though, is be very, very, very careful with your gaming dollar. We all have so few of those in today's world. Luxury goods like our games need to be protected. You need to really vet what you're getting on Kickstarter now. There are just too many people trying to take advantage of it. Make sure the company is reputable. Make sure the company has a good history. If it's a company's first time out, I'm not saying don't back. Plenty of companies as smaller publishers come along who put out a campaign and do really well with it, right? Assault Games, they did that when he first created his game, and it's excellent. And now he's on to the next one in a series, and he's just done so well with it. So you can have newer creators who do well, but with those, you're gonna probably see other people who are reputable speaking up for them, right? You're going to have other YouTubers talking about their game or playing prototypes, and you'll be able to see that there's something there. There's meat on the bone versus something like this where they're just trying to keep their head down and get through the days so they can claim that Kickstarter check. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. Just wanted to kind of give you guys this heads up of what's going on. In other gaming news, just touching on it since we're here, I'm going to talk more about them later on, depending on what they pull. I know they've got more in the works that's going to piss people off, but Mythic Games is still just stinking up the works as they do. They have delivered some copies of Six Siege, but again, they only delivered it to the people who paid twice for the game. Anyone like myself who had just paid once and refused to pay them double for the same game ended up not getting anything for our pledges. Sadly, there's really not much we can do. We can't squeeze, water from a stone. I would love to be able to talk to the head of Mythic and have a private conversation with him, but I doubt that one's going to happen. He's still crying about how everyone's attacking him and he's such a victim. But it's like, you stole millions of dollars from people, dude. They're not going to be happy from you. You're a bad person, and you should keep that in mind. But as I hear other stuff, I will definitely keep you guys apprised. That way, any stinkers that appear on Kickstarter or Game Found, hopefully I can give you a heads up before you end up jumping into it yourself. All right, that's going to be it for me. You guys take care. I'll catch you in the next one.